Hello, everybody. Welcome again to our podcast. I'm Alex.
And I'm Alex.
And this is our podcast, Joel.
That's a good intro.
Yeah, it's pretty good. We've done 3, and we're already down pat on the intro.
Yep, nailed it.
Yeah. So yeah, welcome back. This is our 3rd podcast, second one in a week in a row, second weekly one.
It's incredible. We're actually doing this regularly now.
Holy shit.
Wow, unbelievable.
Yeah, we are back in the SPS lounge for this one.
Yeah, you can probably hear everyone again. Say hi, everyone. I don't think anyone's listening to us this time.
It's fine.
It's okay.
Don't worry about it.
All right.
Okay, so
hi. See, somebody said hi. He still wasn't listening, but he said hi.
Yeah. So I've got good news from you this week when I found out that we have an actual listener question.
We do have an actual listener question.
That's incredible.
From actual listener Greg.
That's definitely his name.
Yep. So the question is written down on my phone, and this is being recorded on my phone. I don't know if I can leave the recording, so I'm about to find out.
I guess we're effed.
Yeah, well, maybe it'll work.
All right.
You never know.
Let's see.
Here we go. Let's try it. It appears that we're still recording because I see a thing up there.
Yep, that seems to imply that
if I look at the notifications, the recording is still counting up.
Excellent.
Unfortunately, we can't see the little audio waveform thing.
Wow, that is a real shame.
Yeah, I mean, not that I could have seen it anyway because I don't have eyes. Okay, so the real question from our listener, from Greg this week is, if you have a huge static spark on your butt and you fart simultaneously, will your fart catch fire?
That is an interesting question.
That is an interesting question.
I don't know really if this is a question that requires advice, though.
If I had to give you advice, I'd say don't get in this situation.
Don't have a huge static spark on your butt ever in the first place.
Right, that sounds really unpleasant. I think I'd like to avoid that at all costs.
Yep.
However, if that did happen, I think I would advise you that it would catch fire, don't you think?
I mean, it depends on what they mean by static spark. Like, if you had a spark and you farted at the same time, yes, that would definitely catch fire. But if it means you just have a bunch of static on your butt and then you fart, you probably wouldn't catch fire.
So the question is ambiguous.
Yeah.
That's our answer. That's our.
I see
our advice is to ask better questions.
Yeah.
I guess.
For the
this
record, I also
see
2 other questions here which are better and don't require. Sorry, and don't ask for advice.
Right. So this next question that we can consider comes from listener Greg.
Greg again.
Good
old Greg.
Yep. And Greg asks, "What is soup?"
What is soup?
What is soup?
I feel like this is a very basic question.
Where is soup?
So soup. I mean, you know what is soup and what isn't soup. Like, if I gave you a thing, you would know whether or not it was soup, right?
Well, I don't know if that's the case.
Okay,
because the next question really
was
what brings it up.
So, okay, well, maybe we should start there then. That would help us in deciding what is soup. So Greg also asks, is cereal soup?
Is cereal soup?
And I don't think cereal is soup.
I agree that it's not.
It's because cereal is still cereal when it's in the box.
Yes, exactly. However,
I don't think you would call that soup.
You're exactly correct. However, that begs the question, if you pour milk in it, does it become soup?
Does it become soup? And I think the answer to that question might be yes.
I think it is.
I don't know what else you could classify that as. It's like a liquid, right, that you eat.
Yeah.
And it's got chunks of stuff in it.
Soup doesn't even have to have chunks of stuff. So if
soup always starts off hot?
No.
I think I disagree with that.
According to Wikipedia, soup can be cold.
Yeah, if I cook tomato soup and then put it in my refrigerator and take it out and eat it, it's not soup anymore?
Yeah. So what about if you have cereal and milk and you heat it up?
Still soup?
It's still soup?
Why would it not become soup? What?
Maybe you evaporate all the milk.
Then it's just cereal again.
With milk powder? If you boil milk, so if you just completely boil milk.
Yeah, and then that's it. You just have a
what's
bowl
left?
Of milk.
When you boil the milk, when all the milk has boiled off, there's stuff left, right?
Right.
What is that stuff?
I don't know. I've never been dumb enough to boil milk. Why would you want to do that?
All right, for all you listeners at home, please boil some milk for us this week.
And send us the answer. I think a real good question is, so we agree that cereal is soup.
Cereal is soup.
But would a bowl of milk just be soup?
I don't think a bowl of milk is soup.
Why not?
Well, milk isn't soup. If it was a cup of milk, I don't think you would say that's soup.
So what makes it soup? Like, I can have a bowl of tomato soup. There's nothing in it. It's just like the soup itself.
Right.
Well, what makes it soup?
I think the key is that you need to have, like, a liquid plus some additional thing in it that, like, makes it the flavor. Rather than the liquid itself being...
What is tomato soup, actually? I don't know how what it is.
So, tomato soup is soup made of tomatoes, I guess. This is a really weird question. Let's turn to Google. What is tomato soup good for? What is tomato soup good for? What is tomato soup? What is tomato soup made out of? That one sounds correct. What is tomato soup on 21-day fix? I don't know what that means. And what is tomato soup in French? Obviously, it's still tomato soup.
Yeah.
Changing countries doesn't change what a thing
universal.
is. All right. What is tomato soup made out of?
Let's just look at this recipe. How to make tomato soup. Probably the first ingredient's like tomato soup or something.
I had tomato soup. You're done. That's how you ingredients tomato soup. All right, there's diced tomatoes with their juices, white onion, which is strange.
It looks like it's just...
three cloves of garlic.
If you ignore all the extra vegetables in here, it looks like it's just tomatoes and cream.
So I think tomatoes and cream is kind of the minimum soup, right? Because you've got your cream, which I don't think cream on its own is soup. Agreed. You've got your tomatoes. I don't think tomatoes on their own are soup.
Right.
But when you put the tomatoes and cream together, that's obviously soup.
Right.
Because that's tomato soup. That's what it is. We just discovered.
In that case, I think you could argue that that cereal is not soup. Because it has to have some kind of soup-like base. Whereas we just agreed that milk is not a soup-like base, right?
We agreed on... I don't follow your reasoning there. I think milk is equivalent to cream, right?
We agreed that the liquid that's in the soup cannot just be like a drink, right? Like milk doesn't count, tomato juice doesn't count.
Well,
right?
It could be like, tomato juice seems like it would be an okay. If
I put tomato juice in a bowl, would that be soup?
No, it's still
tomato juice. If I put milk in a bowl, is that a soup?
It's milk.
Okay, so it has to be, there's certain type of liquid to be
soup.
Well,
but in the same thing, right? If you put cream in a bowl, that's still not soup.
Right. You need a certain soup-like type of liquid.
But the soup so the thing you add to the cream is just tomato puree.
So combining the tomato and tomato juice and cream gives you the soup-like liquid that I'm talking about. Right?
All right.
Do you follow?
Let's take a brief break from this discussion. Listener Greg has another question which he can deliver in person.
He wants to go to the Stockmaster. What are the Stockmaster games?
So the Stockmaster games are a long forgotten tradition of the Society of Physics students. It used to be, was it like how you determined the Stockmaster?
Yes.
So the Stockmaster, for those of you at home, is
a nerd.
Is a nerd. That's true. They're responsible for keeping the food in the lounge in stock, and they do some other stuff too. But basically, that's not, you don't need any special qualifications, I guess. So apparently, there used to be kind of a series of games that decided who the Stockmaster would be, and now we have elections to decide that. We're still going to have the election, but we're also going to do the Stockmaster games anyway because it sounds interesting.
So what are the games?
The games, I don't know exactly what was settled on because it's, as you know, 4:15 and there's still lots of other people in the physics building. So we were going to do some stuff that involved like racing through the hallways and things like that. it may still be a bit crowded for us to try things like that, so I don't know what we settled on. However, we can go find out.
Yeah, we can have a traveling podcast today.
Yeah, so we're embarking on our trip to the Stockmaster Games.
Exciting.
Yeah, this is a whole new kind of podcasting. Podcasting while walking around.
Yeah,
Has anyone ever done this?
We're probably the first ones to ever do this.
I would imagine so. I can't think of anyone else who could have even thought of this.
This is like...
Oh, I mean sports radio.
What sports?
Like baseball radio.
They
sit
sit
like
in
a
the
booth.
stadium.
That's fair.
Yeah, plus that's not a podcast. Like,
Right.
that's just like radio.
Yeah.
It's like...
Yeah, but like podcast is basically internet radio.
Where are we going, by the way?
Back dock.
The back dock.
Yes.
Okay, maybe
Outside of this
we're
little
doing some more suspicious stuff because
No,
we
it's
are
the Henry-
leaving
It's the Henry race.
the Henry race. I thought Henry
there's
was
stuff
gone.
in there now.
There is stuff in there.
I think I knew there was stuff in there. I just hadn't seen it before.
They
We're
turned
talking
it
about the
in,
physics library for you listeners.
Right,
It was closed last year.
they turned it into the help room. I think just temporarily, while the help room was under construction, maybe.
Just real quick, think about it. We are actually walking down the stairs now while podcasting. Probably the first people in history to walk downstairs while podcasting.
This is truly groundbreaking. We're about to go through a door. Let it be known that we just went through a door.
Holy shit.
This is
Incredible.
groundbreaking.
Okay,
I
you
think I
said
said
that
that
enough.
already.
Can't think of any more words that mean that.
I need more adjectives for what this is because my mind is too blown to describe it right now.
Truly monumental.
Monumental. Next time we try and say that, I'm just going to use monumental now, though.
Yeah.
So I've got to come up in advance with
Right.
another thing, but then not say it.
Right. So that next time, then you'll be able to say it.
Next time I will
All right,
be able to
I'll
say
try
it.
not to put you in a situation where you have to say anything like that until you give me the signal that you have something.
Thanks.
What's the signal?
The signal is me just saying it, I guess. I don't know.
Well, no, but
What is...
how?
What?
Oh, we've been duped. The
There's-
Stockmaster games are a fake, a fraud.
There's nobody here. I think we've been led to the back dock by David, and now he's going to beat us up and steal our podcast.
Not again.
Yeah. Remember the last guys to beat us up and steal our podcast?
I don't remember them. No.
Oh,
There was some head trauma involved.
right. Well, since the
As I told the police, no, I don't remember them.
since the Stockmaster games are clearly a fake, and
Thank you, sir.
we are just going back indoors. We are the first ones to go outside and then back inside in a podcast. That is monumental.
And now I think we might be going upstairs, which
Let's go
also
upstairs.
never been done.
Truly monumental.
So, I think you mentioned today that you were interested in talking about a sports team.
Yeah, I actually forgot to consider which one that might be, so suppose we could talk about that real quick.
Yeah, so for the listeners who last week we were talking about
What the fuck? Wait, what?
they did it just to steal our seats.
Did you already finish the Stockmaster game?
We were doing the opening ceremony out there.
I don't know.
We just went outside to go to the Stockmaster games,
You just missed the opening ceremony.
and then everybody came back in.
Well, this is a Stockmaster game.
This right now? Yes. We are at the Stockmaster.
Holy shit, this is monumental.
Truly groundbreaking. I don't understand the Stockmaster games. Can someone?
The price is right now.
The price is right.
Yes.
Actually, that's a good idea for a Stockmaster
Yes.
game.
All right.
If Henry comes back in time, we will do kart racing.
Okay.
Until then, I have some game shows. Otherwise,
Okay. So we're just gonna like commentate in the background.
that is fine.
Don't pay attention to us. Don't worry about it.
So here's what I'm thinking.
Where are we gonna sit?
I don't think we are gonna sit. They all took our seats
Sit.
after
We could sit here.
luring us outside.
Each round goes first the next round.
This was a lot of Diet Coke. For the listeners at home, I just found a 2-liter of Diet Coke.
Is it opened?
It
And you guys choose the exact same one.
does not seem to be open.
Yeah, it looks like this not broken there. So
One more.
nice. I guess you just own that now.
Right. That's what they say, right?
If you find it, you own it.
Diet Coke, don't lie.
It costs when I go on Sam's Club.
Okay, so
This seems like a very unofficial version of The Price is Right.
right.
Is tax included?
Oh, that's something that you need to. What about the Sam's Club membership? Do you have to account for the Sam's Club membership?
I don't know. Also,
Do we pay for the Sam's Club membership?
Yeah, I'm sure you do. That's like the point of Sam's Club. You like pay.
Well, I know you have to pay. Somebody pays.
Right.
But like, do we annually pay for a Sam's Club membership?
Because we're a business, I don't think we have to. We register as a
What?
business.
So we get
We have a
free
business card.
Sam's
Could I
Club.
just create an LLC and then?
Actually, I don't think it works that way.
Alex and Alex at joelthepodcast.com at
That would actually be a
gmail.com.
question for our treasurer,
Inc.
but
No, LLC.
when I was the Stockmaster, I was just given the card. It was transferred to me from the prior Stockmaster, and I transferred it on to the next.
So you've never actually like paid money to Sam's
I
Club?
never.
Yeah, we really need to ask Nathan if he's
So
paid
that would
anything
be a
for it.
question for past or present treasurers.
Right. Well, I imagine the Stockmaster, as the one who goes to Sam's Club, would have had to like drop it off
Unless
because we don't. There can't really be like a recurring charge to our account because our account is Bozo and they don't
Yeah, that's
do
true.
like real bank
Yep,
stuff.
we would have to pay them. I wonder if they would even allow you to pay in cash.
They
like-
should, right? Like cash is still money.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, I feel like it's just kind of shady. Like, yeah, we don't have a we're a business with no bank account. We're just gonna pay our Sam's Club membership in cash.
That does. When you say it like that, that does sound incredibly sketchy.
Yeah. Although having a Sam's Club membership is like pretty like unshady.
Is over, so you lose.
So it sounds like Cost of just lost by guessing too much money.
Rip. How many people are participating in this?
Just these three, and then Ethan, as the current Stockmaster, is officiating the Stockmaster game.
I really want to open this Diet Coke just for the hiss now.
I think I just realized what that's for.
What is it for?
So this may be part of what the opening ceremonies were that they just talked about. But I know Ethan bought some Mentos, and this is Diet Coke.
Yes, that would
So
make sense.
if they intend to have a closing ceremony, that might be what this is for.
Right.
It's what you would buy.
Let the record show that the door to the lounge was just closed.
That's sketchy
This is
AF.
officially under the table now.
No, I don't think that's the correct term.
Following the game.
24 of those.
We just heard that Cost of lost, and that's about all we know. Did he like lose, or are there different rounds? Is he like eliminated from Stockmaster contention? Can I not vote for him anymore? Can we take him out to the back dock and beat him up and steal his podcast?
Does he have a pod? Does he even have a pod? If not, what is this all for?
Each one sold for 50 cents.
Each one sold for 50 cents.
So they are trying to guess the price, the retail price at which we purchase our product.
Yes.
And we have to call a number that is below that price. And if you go over, you lose. And if you go under, then the person who is closest to the actual retail price wins.
Thank you. We just got an explanation of The Price is Right.
So I have a question. In which order are they? Did you just blow on my
Yeah, I
phone?
just thought that was like debris, but it's actually you have to scratch it off.
It's stuck to the screen somehow.
$4.99, which is under. Albert gets $6.99, which is also under, but is closer to the correct price.
Okay.
So Albert wins.
So it sounds like Cost of lost
$10.98.
again.
Did you guess
Did I just hear
10.99?
that correctly? She guessed $10.99 and it was $10.98. 11.
And the price is
And the price is
That's
$10.98.
very unfortunate.
That's brutal. Doesn't the Price is Right round to the dollar though? No, I have never like seriously
Watched The Price is
Yeah,
Right.
no, I
You
don't.
should always.
I kind of know what it is.
The price
We did just get
The
a
Price is Right. More like The Price is Wrong.
ha.
Mexico, but $2 and $4.
Yeah. So
yes. So they're very wrong.
sounds like things are heating up over in the Stockmaster games.
Custom is unhappy with his defeat.
It sounds like he's doing poorly, and he's got no one to blame but himself.
I
I'm
mean,
sure.
it sounds like he guessed that something that costs $11 actually costs $5. That's not very good.
That's not very good, but it would be
Brown
nice.
sugar Pop-Tarts.
$20.
So I think Albert just guessed that there were $20
Of calories.
Of calories.
240.
Wait, in a package?
In a
In a
Pop-Tart.
Pop-Tart.
A package.
In a
of
package, so a pair of Pop-Tarts. Or like the box of Pop-Tarts.
Albert, would you like to rescind your $20?
No, that's my final
Albert
answer.
is doubling down on $20. Do you think he knows what a calorie is?
I would tend to say yes, but his number is troubling. Albert, it's not like every $20 bill will be the same though. So how would you quantify it?
Take a sample average.
You didn't say that though. You just said a $20. You just said $20.
This is how
You didn't even say a $20 bill. You said $20. What if it was 21?
What if it was like 80 quarters?
I saw 240 and I'm like 240.
Cost of one? This is a huge tournament.
Exactly, it's weird.
What an upset!
Wow.
I can't believe we were here for this
So, can we-
historic moment.
Monumental. Can we get a score update?
Alright,
It's 1-1-1.
it's currently 1 point for everyone, but Costa won the bonus round, which could either be worth 0 or infinite points. Who cares?
What do you mean? Who cares?
What? That's very
Who
important.
doesn't care?
Are not going to count for anything except for tiebreakers.
Can you
Ah.
ask Reddit about the calorie value of a dollar bill?
Yeah, but but he said $20. He didn't specify a $20 bill.
I did say $20.
Still could be
a
it.
bill has between 401
No.
and 420 calories.
But what if it? He didn't specify. What if it was like $21 bills? That would have way more calories than a $20 bill.
Or like 2,000 pennies.
Wait, what if it's just 2,000 cents?
Yeah, that's...
That's a lot.
So,
There's a lot.
critically, there is a finite number of ways to make up $20.
Yes.
So you could take the average, and it's
But he didn't-
probably the wrong number.
That seems unreasonable.
So,
$20 in Pop-Tarts.
Okay, next time I have to.
all right. So it sounds like everybody has a point, and Costa may have a tiebreaker. I'm
No,
not.
he doesn't have a point. So the other two have 1 point.
So he has no
and he
points,
has a tiebreaker.
but the tiebreaker.
Correct.
So
Yes.
he's breaking the tie for being in last place with
Yes.
no one.
Yeah. So he's still in last.
That's
This round
hilarious.
is, the price of a box of 30 Oreo packages. That
30
box right
Oreo
there,
packages.
it's 30 packages.
I buy Oreos frequently enough that I should know the price.
So, what
I
is the
think
price
each
of the box?
Oreo costs 50 cents.
Each Oreo or each package of Oreos?
Each package of Oreos.
Each box that contains 30
So
Oreos.
we make $15 of revenue from that box. And I know our margins
Wait, you're
here aren't
revealing
very,
the answer.
No, I'm not. I'm
He's
just.
saying the revenue, not.
This is
I'm gonna say 9.99.
$9.99.
$10. That's
Well,
my
actually-
vote.
Actually, you did reveal it. It can be calculated because you said we make how much revenue we make and how much each one costs.
No,
and you
revenue
know how
is-
many is in there.
There's no-
Revenue
there's
is
no
just
definite
multiplying the cost of one by the number in the box.
Oh, so by revenue you
profit.
actually mean okay, my bad.
Revenue.
Yeah, I'm not an economist, so I'm
Right.
not familiar
I'm
with all
also
these
not an
terms.
economist, but apparently I know what those words mean.
Yeah.
We take the profit, take the derivative of it, and set it equal to 0.
13.50.
Wow.
Minimize profit.
$13.50, making a $1.50 profit on selling 30 Oreos.
Sounds like a pretty bad profit.
That sounds really terrible.
Guess $9.99, which is over.
Holy shit.
Everyone is over.
What's the actual cost?
The actual cost is $9.52.
Oh, wow.
You were pretty close.
That's. I didn't actually say a number at the
Yeah,
end.
you said $10.
Oh, I only said $10 because he said $9.99.
Oh,
You
okay.
were complaining about how we don't sell them for enough. Look where that
So that's actually pretty good, you know. Make $6 profit on, well, $5.50 profit on selling 30 Oreos.
How long does it take to sell that many Oreos?
Probably forever. There's like 30 of them.
Mountain Dew cans.
So it's not that much profit.
Mountain Dew cans. each
It's a
sold
slow,
for
steady
75
stream
cents.
of profit.
Coming in a
Profit
box
per
of
time
24
is not good.
cans.
Right, that's what you want to maximize, though.
I think Albert just guessed that a 24-pack costs
throwing the
$20
24 pack of what?
of Mountain Dew.
I'm trying to think.
I'd be terrible if the price is right. I have like no clue how much things cost.
How much 24 cans and how much 24 cans of Diet Coke cost? I'm gonna go with $5.99.
$5.99.
$5.99 for 24 cans. You know, that's not as unrealistic as I thought.
Yeah,
$6.
Because,
it's like a quarter a can.
although I would like to say that Costa guessed $5.99 Albert just guessed $6.
Second time, for the second time.
Well, maybe you should be better. Make him scared to edge you out like that, right?
No, that's a fair assessment right there.
Yeah, if you were good at the game, then when Albert did that, if you guessed the correct price, then when Albert did that, he would be over.
Yeah.
All right.
Can I?
So, what would
No, you were a Stockmaster.
Yes. Yeah.
Sure.
You were a Stockmaster. This is cheating.
Exactly. If I don't get it right, then I'm fucked up.
That's embarrassing.
I can be wrong, but it's been 2 years.
All right, here we go.
You did sell Mountain Dew.
Oh, okay.
David guesses
850.
$8.50.
Okay. So, cost of guess $5.99, which is under.
Okay.
Albert guessed
Obvious.
$6, which is still under.
I was really hoping you would say over.
That really hurts Kostov's chances at winning this round.
$6.50, which is also under. So you win. But meanwhile, David guessed $8.50, which is still under. The price is $8.68.
Wait, how much is 24 pack of Diet Coke cost?
$8.68. Wasn't that what we were just
I don't
doing?
know- I don't know the Coca-Cola
No, they were doing
price.
Mountain
I'm sure it
Dew.
stands for.
Oh, yeah, because those are different companies. I see.
Actually, they're both made by Coke, I think.
No, Mountain Dew is a Pepsi product.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Coke's version is Mellow Yellow, which is in the Coke fridge. We're not allowed to keep the Mountain Dew in the Coke fridge because the fridge is from Coke, and they.
You know who's actually an expert on this is my brother.
Really?
Yeah, because he always gets Sprite
Yeah.
or the Pepsi version of which is Sierra Mist.
Return 25 cents.
And so whenever we go to a restaurant, he always like checks to see if they have Coke or Pepsi products,
Yeah.
so that he doesn't order the wrong one. So like, because that would be embarrassing, obviously. You wouldn't want
Yeah.
to order like Sprite and then be like, "Is Sierra Mist okay?" Like, what a joke.
Yeah.
So he's like very familiar with all the different ones.
Right.
Probably like 15,000.
15,000.
Okay, 15,000 for an American body. So for an Indian body,
What are they guessing now?
I think they're guessing the price of themselves. Is that right?
Yeah.
Wait, but you also
So
How would you calculate that?
$15,000 for like.
So actual price is like 150, including tariffs like 1,150.
1,000.
I'm very confused.
Yeah.
How is,
Wait,
what's
what is
the
this the
correct
price
answer?
of? What is
Just to keep
The question
it
was,
at
what are you
1,149.9.
worth?
and how is the accuracy assessed?
So that we don't know yet.
Okay.
Albert declared his worth based on his barcode scan,
Which
Okay.
was?
which turned out to be 25 cents.
I feel
Okay.
like that's
And
more
Carly-
appropriate for a Stockmaster.
Carly reported her price based on her estimation of organ values,
On the black
Okay.
market.
and Costa did
Wait,
something
only
similar
15,000 for all of your organs?
because her
I
blood.
might be. I'm
I thought it
missing
was
zero
closer to
probably.
40,000.
That's. I thought they were
How would any of us
From-
here know any accuracy the value of organs?
definitely not having any experience in this field.
25 cents.
I thought it was closer to 100,000.
$18,000. And cost of his guess 15,000.
No, no.
I was overpricing you.
Wow.
And cost of his guess $1,149.99. I have no way of knowing if these are correct or not. So you all win.
Oh, that's even worse. I thought it was gonna be something cheesy like, you guys are, can't put a price on you
Carly is
guys.
under, cost is not
Yeah.
Albert is over.
That was brutal.
Yep.
Being worth less than 25 cents,
You can see that we overvalue women in this society.
apparently. Well, we're
The
physicists.
judge,
Well, fair enough.
the judge just declared Albert, who quoted himself at 25 cents, is overpriced.
He worth less than 25 cents.
Apparently so. That really hurts to hear, Like,
Yeah.
if somebody said I was worth less than 25 cents,
I would be like, fair.
I think I'd know they were right.
So this first
But it would
But I
still
would
hurt.
still be kinda
Right, yeah.
sad.
It's like,
Yeah.
the truth hurts sometimes.
The truth hurts.
Kratos double glass door refrigerator. Wait.
I'm sorry.
That sounds really expensive.
One of
This
those.
refrigerator, one very much like it.
I was
How
actually
much
gonna say
can you sell it for?
That's why
Can I
Jimmy.
sell it for
Well,
how much?
$0 because
When
this
I
one
Googled it earlier
comes to us
today,
from Coke.
What was the price that showed up at the top result?
Mr. Stockmaster,
What
that is a
website?
true manufacturing refrigerating unit.
Was it a resale? If it's eBay, it's obviously.
It looked to be new, and it was not on eBay.
Okay.
eBay changes stuff.
I have a question. Have you been going in the same order every
No,
time?
we go for
No,
whoever
it's
wins.
whoever wins that round goes first the next one.
And
Because
what
you're
about
at
the others?
disadvantage when you go first.
And then who goes second?
It
Please go to the right.
So Costa would never go last.
Unless
He would always.
Unless Alvo goes.
Unless Albert wins, yeah.
Yeah, he's gone first before.
Okay, go on.
$9.99.
$9.99.
No,
Dollars?
$9.98.
$9.98. No, she means 998.
Oh, 900.
998.
It is not retail.
I said that as a
Zero,
joke, and then
zero.
he thought it was actually the price.
$9.
It's pretty old.
Well,
But I knew
$4.99.
one on not eBay.
No, $4.99. Just $4.99.
$4.99.
Don't you fucking say 500.
I was literally gonna guess that, but now I have to change. God damn it.
Say 501.
650.
Holy shit, he said something more than just $1 about Costa.
That's a giant.
that's a poor strategy, I think.
Yeah, I agree.
Austin and Albert are also under, but Carly is closer.
Isn't it
Sounds like Carly's really good at this.
So it was
Sounds like you're right.
$1,700, but it was on sale for $1,540.
She's also worth like more than
We are very nice.
25 cents.
We are very
So,
lucky that Coke just lets us.
According to
I was gonna
Ethan.
guess
according to
something,
Ethan.
but I'm like, it's too high.
what does that mean?
What?
What does that
Well, it's
mean?
like-
I just think different people would value up certain people at different amounts.
Of a yearly membership.
How many dollars would you say I'm worth?
You?
Yes.
I think I know this.
It's like very hard to say. Okay, let's say.
Yearly membership to Sam's Club.
All right, let's
I
say.
am worth a membership to Sam's Club.
Let's say.
I'm satisfied with that. What's a membership to Sam's Club? Like $60?
It's a question.
So let's say I had to pay. How much money would I pay to keep you from being executed? Let's say.
All right, so a one-time payment. If somebody was gonna kill me today,
It's like
how
ransom.
much? Yeah. How much? ransom
Assuming
would
I
be?
had infinite money.
Correct. Well,
No. Assuming. Well.
I don't. If we assume you had
No.
infinite money,
Not assuming I had infinite money, but assuming I had enough money to pay for it.
assuming you could afford this and it wouldn't like bankrupt you.
$100.
But it would still be a significant. All right. Like I just wanted to make sure it wasn't like I just.
I said 150.
All right. Hold on. How much?
Albert won. What did Albert guess?
$10.
And he won.
$10. What did you guess?
I guess
Albert
149.
has guessed $29.99, which is under
It's like 78, 79, right?
$45.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
What's $45?
Sam's Club membership for 1 year.
Which we
So
don't.
it does cost money.
Yeah, but we don't pay.
Oh right. wait. We never actually talked to a treasurer. We just assumed.
I just assume we don't because if we did, that would mean
No, the
that Nathan would
Stockmaster
have
would
to
know.
do
Right.
stuff.
So what? Do you think he doesn't do anything?
He definitely doesn't do anything. But also, yeah, you're right. The Stockmaster would do stuff. All right, this is the final round. Wait. Before this round, can we get another score update?
I'm totally in right now.
Oh, he's already doing that.
I'm lost.
So, Carly
But you have
has
all the
won
tiebreakers, right?
3 rounds.
Okay.
Albert has won 2 rounds.
Wow.
Costa has won a bonus round. Everyone won a bonus round. And there's 1 round that no one won. So now we're going on to the last round.
So if you read between the lines there, Kostov has 0 points?
Or infinite points.
Or infinite points if somehow everyone else loses their points and their tiebreakers. Because they all have.
Actually, no. He has 2 tiebreakers.
It is
He
worth
does have 2?
2 points.
Yes.
I still can't beat anyone.
You can.
Okay.
Additionally, if they tie, Costa, you can choose who the winner is by using your bonus point.
That seems like bullshit.
I don't think that's how the game works.
It's not how the game works.
Fine, it's 1 point.
Okay, go. No.
What do you want?
2 points.
2 points? Alright, 2 points isn't enough to help you.
What about 3
Plus
points?
the one that everyone wants, so that tied with Albert plus the bonus point.
No,
defeats
no,
the
you
point
won
of the rest
that
of the
round.
game.
No one got that round.
No, I won the one bonus.
Well,
Cool.
The first place is on 3 points.
So then I get 2.
yes,
matches
but
and a second
I mean,
So,
anyway.
I suppose that deciding now that it's worth 3 points does defeat the rest of the game. But if it had been that way in the beginning,
Yes.
Carly could have just done better and avoided.
of
Being in
Purdue
this
in-state
situation, yeah.
tuition.
The price that you could do in-state.
In-state tuition.
In-state tuition, 1
Fun
full year.
fact, this price has been frozen for 7 years.
Oh.
Does this
Right.
include,
It's about-
like,
It is not
I-
the Bruin board or any additional
I would guess
cost.
27.
This is just
Wait.
raw tuition.
Just tuition?
I don't know if this is a fair question because all of them are on the same.
It's the Stockmaster.
Hello there.
Stockmaster Games.
Right. Welcome to the podcast. This is Henry. Say hi, Henry.
Hello.
Okay.
Hi, Henry.
He said hello.
Our cargo for
He said hello.
What the fuck?
I said say hi, and he said hello.
He's very bad at following instructions.
Our cargo for the next game has arrived.
All right, our cargo, Henry, has arrived. He is going to be sitting on the cart that's pushed around, probably outside because it's not raining, right?
Yes, it's the Henry kart race.
The Henry cart
I
race.
just wanted to say, by the way, that I don't think I can really accurately put a price on your life because any price that I come up with, I just like don't have that much money right now, and I don't really have any concept of how much money it is. So.
Is 15,900, which is over.
What the fuck?
15,000.
Why am I paying so much money?
Because you're out of state.
Damn it!
Excluding housing.
Excluding housing, that's a big deal.
Yes, 13,999, which is
Under.
over.
What?
Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I told you.
It's not 13,000.
Nope,
Cost
it's
of
around
is
10.
8,000,
It's around 10.
which is under.
Yeah.
The actual price is
Around
$9,992.
Yeah.
I think that's what I pay personally.
For 7 years.
I saw
Why am I going here?
I knew
What
it.
are we paying, like 21,000?
No, we're paying
No, 24 actually.
It's
Yeah.
just
24 you because you're an engineer.
Ha!
24.
no.
You have to pay more as an engineer.
Yeah,
Let it
but
be
also-
known that if you're paying more to be an engineer, you're a nerd.
Yeah, let it be known that you will also earn more.
Yeah.
Let it be known that I'm hurt
Cost of also gets the
on the inside.
I think it's also worth recalling that none of the candidates are in-state students.
Yes, I'm also not.
Also has a tiebreaker point.
Well, we all do. Wait, we all have the only two bonus now.
So I see that we don't actually have a Final Four for your physicist bracket here.
The only person that we
Nathan,
haven't pushed to
Nathan,
the...
y'all should know. I'm dying with
So
Carly
the
right now.
verdict is
You tied with Carly? How did that happen?
The last round was 2 points. and
Yeah,
he
but
won
she
it.
had 3 points and he had no points.
What do you know? I thought
You got a bonus.
I thought the bonuses weren't worth points. They were just worth tiebreakers.
it
I
solves
think
the
they
tiebreaker,
used
but
logic
does not
incorrectly.
add up one to your score. So
Ha!
Carly wins. Cost
Okay,
is
I'm
second.
second. I knew that. I knew it was not that.
Congratulations on this game. Now, we have another
Henry, you
show
dropped
to
a
do,
pen.
Or we could go do Henry kart racing.
Henry, you dropped whatever you just dropped.
It's an eraser.
It's an eraser?
Yeah.
It's one of those erasers that's shaped like a pen.
Yeah, it's a real good one. There's a lot of eraser.
That is a lot of eraser.
No.
How long could you make that eraser before it was not good at erasing anymore?
About.
Henry, how do you want to do this?
Not very long seems to be the answer.
About that.
That's
Really?
not
If
good.
you make
that.
if you make it that long, it's not good anymore.
That's what she said.
I mean, yeah.
Stop.
Doesn't take much. That is definite.
That's
That
definitely
maybe-
too long.
This is and even then
So-
when you
For those of you at home, that's about like an inch.
We'll post a picture on the
How high
Patreon.
can you lift Henry?
what?
Let's go. Let's go. Alba's gonna win.
Wait, hold on.
Okay,
What
well,
are the rules for this? Like, hold
What
on.
was-
125.
And you can,
Pick 'em up.
how high can you lift?
130 on a good day.
How high can you lift Henry?
Apparently.
Wait, can we do
So-
How do you want to do this then?
Wait, how about we
Short
squat it?
people are at a
Squat it.
disadvantage.
That
for
is
this
that
one.
is a disadvantage.
Yeah, but
Also,
short people don't have to lift them anyway.
weak people are at a disadvantage to this too. I think this should be.
Well, I think the
that's
point of it
part
is
of
to
the
be a
point.
test of strength, but that's why I'm saying it's unfair that short people are disadvantaged because it's not supposed to be a test of height.
We're gonna do the kart racing.
Maybe it's supposed to be a test of height, and weak people are the disadvantaged ones.
Do you want to go outside?
I guess it's possible, it just seems unlikely. Since
It's not raining
weak people are at a
yet.
much more of a disadvantage than short people.
How about everyone punch me in the face and I'll tell you who hit the hardest?
I'll participate in that.
Yeah, all right.
If you
How about
want.
we throw Henry and Connor, and then Connor tells us who's
Wait, no, I
who's
have an idea.
hardest.
We fireman lift Henry, and
Okay, so
So many things that
to
you
pick up a conversation that we were having like 20 minutes ago. Last
we
week
just go around the
was
square.
opening day
The
for
square
baseball.
portion.
Yes.
And so I was watching the game during the podcast, you might remember.
Right.
And so yesterday I was saying the Phillies lost their first game of the season. They had won their first 4 games and they lost their first game yesterday. So then you said something like I should come up with a sports team to talk about.
Correct.
In the podcast. So you did not figure one out, right?
That's correct. And in fact, after we talked about that, I forgot about it again because, as it turned out, the Stockmaster games were happening in here.
Yeah.
So I'll think about that for another 5 to 10 minutes.
Alright, we need to follow them.
We need to go at the same time as them this time so that we don't get left behind.
They can't escape.
They can't escape and then come back and steal our seats.
We could just sit in our seats again.
What?
We could just sit in our seats again.
We could do that.
No, you have
But this is the best event.
This is the premier event.
This is the event.
The other ones were just wasting.
No,
No. Henry kart racing.
Oh, I thought we were doing who can lift Henry the highest.
I don't know if that's a real thing.
This seems like it's a really unsafe
I would bet
idea.
money on Albert in that case, as the tallest.
Who can lift Henry the highest?
How much do you guys exercise? I want to place some bets.
What's the line?
Once every other day?
Once every other day, damn.
Probably.
That's a lot. All right. Carly's the instant favorite to win now for exercising way more than...
I exercise 3 times a week.
3 times a week? That's...
Regularly.
All right, well, she said 3.5 times.
One half.
So...
Once every other day.
Wait,
so.
What about you, Albert? How much do you exercise?
Nothing at all.
Not at all. All right,
Only
well...
walk around 10 days a week?
10 days a week.
Class the other days. Wait,
All right, hold on. This is definitely not where we start, right?
Oh, sure.
Unless...
Way more intense.
like camping.
Let it be known that we just made that joke again.
I'm trying to figure out how you would actually place bets on this.
Whoever is not injured after trick shot gets the position.
There's no dumpster.
Because because like normally in betting you like oh no, I see what you would do.
I bet you $1 that Kostov is going to win. That's what I'm thinking of.
But the problem is to run it. No, but you were trying to like run like a book, right? Like to get people to place bets with you.
No, I just wanted to place a bet with you.
Oh, $1?
$1
Sure,
on Kostov.
I'll put $1 on not Kostov. Sure.
Wait a minute.
Well, that's what the bet with you. Like I'll bet $1 Kostov wins. I'll take that.
All right, $1 on Kostov, and
I'll put $1 on Albert. And
$1 on Albert, and if Carly wins,
then neither of us.
we split the no
each give
dollars
each other
are
50
exchanged.
cents.
All right, deal. All right.
This seems like an incredibly bad idea. I just want to state that for the record.
So when we were doing it indoors, it was a bad idea. You're correct. That's all I have to say. So, what is the course?
We can either do around the fountain or just down this track.
No, it should be
just do down this track.
No. It should be like a
drag
turn.
race?
That's more.
Oh, yeah,
that's
but
more
we-
insane.
The turns are where it
The
makes a
men are
difference.
separated from the boys.
Yes.
Excuse me?
Are you a man or a boy?
It turns
We don't
out-
know until you go around a turn.
Yes.
Demonstrate.
Do I want to demonstrate?
I'm doing your method, but just inferior.
I really don't want to demonstrate
Yeah, I
because
don't
I got really tired last time.
I think we should give the
I need to
contestants any advantages or
I need to
tips.
keep my energy up for the podcast.
Whoa, are
Because
you
making a
laughing?
podcast is.
Are you
is
laughing at
super
us? Are you laughing at us like this isn't a real podcast?
No.
He is laughing
No.
On
at us.
SoundCloud?
I want to listen to it.
He is filming us. He's
wanna
filming us
listen to
making
it.
a podcast.
How often does this occur?
Weekly.
This is the third one.
This is the third one. Okay.
Yes.
What were the other two ones?
The
Well-
first one, we didn't know we were an advice podcast, so we interviewed some of our friends, and then we turned into an advice podcast halfway through. And then the second one,
I would like to suggest starting here.
we just made up. I
But
mean,
I don't think
some
anybody's going
real
to listen.
questions from our listeners.
Right, Greg.
How many listeners do you have?
How many people do you see here?
These are our
Greg?
listeners.
Greg is the person who submits all of our questions.
Yes. We got some questions from people with other names, but they sounded fake.
Yeah,
so we knew it was really
like,
just
this
Greg.
question's from David? Yeah, right. This person's clearly Greg.
David. Whoa, guys, can we go through the fountain?
Oh,
That seems like also a bad idea.
myself.
All right.
So,
We're all for it. I think everyone just voted yes. We're
I kinda
going
want
through
to
the fountain.
I kind of want to explain the Greg joke. Do you think that would be appropriate, or we should just have it be an inside joke that no one finds funny but us?
I think we can explain the Greg joke.
Yeah, so our freshman year, we took physics together. But we were in different labs, right? You and Katie were in the other lab.
Yes.
Yeah, so the lab that I was... Oh, it was the same TA. No, wait, was it the same? No, it wasn't the same TA.
No, it wasn't.
So the lab TA that I had was named Greg.
Yes.
Ray, I don't remember what his last name was anymore. But anyway... I'm just listening to the rules of the kart race.
Matt, are you in this race?
Are you in this race?
Are you in this race?
He's just going to demonstrate, it looks like.
Oh, okay. Matt's going to demonstrate.
Okay, anyway.
That's why Matt was asking me to demonstrate, because Matt didn't want to demonstrate.
Anyway, the end of the story is that you guys then another year had a TA.
Yes.
I know you said it's like some weird name. I don't remember what it was.
I'm trying to...
But I said that name sounded fake, and it was clearly just Greg, who was my TA, with a fake name.
Yes.
And that happened all the time for after that. Like, you guys would just say some person, and I would be like, that's fake, it's clearly just Greg.
Yes.
And so
all of our listeners' names are
Greg,
because other names are fake.
Right. And it's actually all Greg, who was the TA for my physics lab in freshman year.
All right, Matt is about to do a demonstration lap. Wow. I gotta say, he's really bad.
He seems to be riding it like a scooter.
Yes.
Except switching sides every time for some reason.
If you don't switch sides, you curve pretty aggressively because the kart's very wide, and
I see.
The force is like out to the side of it.
Right. So are you allowed to stand behind and push it? Do you have to?
You have to like push along, but you don't have to do it the way Matt's doing it. Actually,
like could you stand behind it and push it?
You could.
Would you
stand on the edge and push Henry up toward the handles and push it like from behind, and then you don't have to switch legs, which is actually what David did when David and I raced, which is what inspired this game. And I will say that David beat me by several seconds because he used the method of pushing from behind with Henry up toward the handle. However, I was quicker at turning, and since this loop, this track is essentially just one big circle, I think it might be ideal to use.
So, are there rules like about how you have to do it, or it's just like impractical to push from behind the handle?
I don't think you can push the cart. I think you have to like have your foot on the cart and be pushing along. So,
I think they just answered the exact question.
Albert, no, not Albert. Ethan, Albert asked if he could have feet on the cart, or if he had to have feet on the cart. And Ethan said at least one foot on the cart at all times. I assume that the hop between is fine.
But don't just pull the whole thing.
Don't. So you can't do that.
You have a foot on the cart at all times.
Ethan, can I ask, you start and finish here. Are you required to go all the way around the outside, or could you cut back through the middle of the fountain?
You're not allowed to cut through the middle.
That's disappointing.
And good luck if you try to.
Henry is a very fragile thing. He does not like water.
He has a raincoat, though.
Yeah.
Not on me.
Well, he could go get it on
Just
him.
hold the pillow above your head.
There you go. Albert can protect the Henry, and then going through the fountain would be feasible.
You know, I think we're the first podcast to ever commentate on a kart race.
Right, kart racing. Well, unless you count go-kart racing, that might be a podcast. But certainly this sort of kart racing,
what would you
we are
call,
the
what
first.
would you call this cart? What kind of cart?
This is like,
You go so fast. You should do the strategy costume.
I don't know, just a cart.
It's not just a cart. Like otherwise,
It's like, it's got 2 fixed wheels and 2 swivel wheels, and a handle above the swivel wheels.
So it's just like a platform with.
And it's a platform. Yeah, it's like a platform cart, like a flatbed cart.
Cart.
Yeah. I don't know.
So it's not like a shopping cart.
There may be like a technical. No, it's not a shopping cart. There may be a technical name for it. Is anyone aware of the technical name of this cart?
I feel like
what kind of cart is this?
Would a dolly be like?
Drag Henry?
No. Just the cart itself.
Wait, Drag Henry.
Yeah, they're not listening to us.
No, they're not. They're also.
Oh, wow. Someone told me to
That is a lot of helicopters.
I'm sorry.
One of them probably.
It was a joke. I wanted to have fun.
I suppose it is. Maybe, I don't know.
The president does travel with 3 helicopters, so you don't know which one he's in.
And they all fly in a row.
Yeah. No, actually, as I know from the movie, what movie is that they have that? Crap, I can't remember. There's a movie where like the president's in like a it's
Wow, what a slow start from Costa.
It's the sequel to Olympus Has Fallen. What's it called?
Olympus Has Fallen 2?
No, it's like so Olympus Has Fallen is like them taking the White House. London Has Fallen. That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. Can I confirm, is this his timed run?
Yes. Yeah. For all the listeners at home, he has gone almost nowhere so far.
This is
one of the worst things I've ever seen.
He's really not selling himself on the hop either. I'm really disappointed in his technique right now. I think
I even demonstrated how to do it, and I'm out of shape compared to him.
So I'm really. Did I bet the dollar on Costa?
Yeah, you did, sir. You did.
I'm really ashamed.
Yeah. You may as well pay up right now.
This is disgusting.
Unconventional.
So
he's turned around and is now hopping with one foot on the cart.
Matt is going to confirm. I think this change of technique actually might get him right back in it, assuming that Carly and Albert are equally bad and don't adjust.
I don't know why you would assume that, because
this
is really terrible.
It's a learning experience for us.
That's a good, yeah.
He's not even halfway around yet.
I feel like I should demonstrate
halfway.
as the current record holder.
Yes, you do have the better technique, I think. Although we were just discussing earlier, yours is good for straight lines, and this is one continuous curve.
That's true. So there might.
So
be some
as long
difference.
as you can turn enough with your strategy,
Can I take out the handle?
you can take out the handle and turn it around. Unless Ethan says you can't, because I'm not in charge of this. That's just a thing that can happen.
Have the handle on.
Having the handle on, having the handle off might be like a huge safety hazard. I don't
know how it's any more of a safety hazard than it is currently.
Listen, I'm gonna switch my bet to Carly.
You can't switch your bet.
Well, I'm doing it.
No.
She can't possibly be worse than this. There's no way.
You're right, but you can't switch your bet. I'm taking your dollar.
No.
I would have voted for Albert.
Well, he voted for Albert.
If Albert
I
wins,
voted for Costa.
I'm taking your dollar either way.
Well,
then
if Carly wins,
I'll
I'm
vote
not
for
giving
Carly.
you a
No,
dollar.
I just changed my vote to Carly.
You can change your vote, but you can't change the bet.
Well, I changed the bet as well as
You
the
cannot
vote.
change, if Carly wins, I'm not giving you a dollar.
That's true. I bet she would do well at this.
Why? Because she knows how to use a skateboard?
Can I do a
Yeah. 2 minutes. Figure it out.
All right. So what was Costa's time?
2 minutes and 20 seconds.
That's disgusting.
Oh, this is already going to be way better.
Yep. I'm really glad I changed my bet.
You did not change your bet.
Well, I did though. They all heard me do it.
Yeah, but the person who would be giving you the money is not going to give you the money, so you didn't change the bet.
I think she's discovering now that going in this direction is dangerous because you've got to keep it very straight or you start to spin around. I'm very confident that I could do this in under a minute.
Same.
So I think you just need to adopt my strategy, which is what Costa was doing at the beginning, but he was terrible at it. You can't do that? All right.
All right, here we go.
For shame.
All right. I wonder what all the people who are just like walking past us are thinking. Like, do they think we're like a fraternity?
So Henry is actually scooted toward the back, which is an interesting strategy because that's where Carly's standing. I think they just figured it out.
He's now in the middle.
He is now in the middle, which is probably a good placement for him.
Although it's hard to really call it the middle because he can't really move forward anymore.
Begin. 3.
Like his butt's in. Psych!
That's why.
Begin in 3.
You already won.
Yeah, this is definitely. Oh no!
She's almost running into the.
Ethan,
she just barely passed the fountain.
Are there point deductions for crashing into the fountain and injuring the Henry?
There should be.
There definitely should
I don't think there should be. I think it's just like you're much slower because you ran into the fountain.
Well, what if you hurt Henry though?
Well, then you have to pay his medical bills.
Oh.
But you can still win.
Okay. Matt, wait. How are you gonna know that she didn't cheat and take her feet off and
Albert's
something?
gonna go check.
Well, Albert's got a conflict of interest.
Yeah, exactly.
This is wrong. Can I like?
Oh, here he comes back.
What do you mean this is wrong? How are you qualified to tell me this is wrong?
That is my technique. It's
I don't-
my patented technique.
Yeah, but you did
Patented?
it
I didn't
terribly.
think you filed a patent.
That was awful.
You show me your patent filing
It was
paperwork?
embarrassing.
Cross it and finish. 58.7.
Oh, just under a minute. Wow. Well done. Well done.
All right, so a time of 58 seconds to beat.
Okay.
Albert.
Get ready to pony up here, Nathan, because Albert's about to win.
I'll be 2 minutes.
Very back.
Oh, very back.
I'm planning to push it like this.
All right, Albert is taking the David
Oh, no,
approach.
it's going to be awesome.
He is.
Oh, wow, he's definitely going to win.
He's gonna crush him. This is.
May as well pay up now, sir.
I definitely. Yeah. Oh, I take it.
He's turning around to come back.
Oh, he's.
No, he saw us doing this last time.
Oh, that's right. He watched us do this, so he knows how to do it.
Yeah.
This is. Maybe we should have done it, just to show them, because Albert already saw us do it.
Well,
Why would you not bet on Albert given this information?
Because I forgot. I also just arbitrarily bet at the beginning, and then.
Albert only knew because he was the only one who helped us with the move.
Oh, that's
So
a
he-
good. That's a good advantage.
Okay, but not as
Not on
much
the
as
correct
Albert.
day.
Dude, he's already a quarter of the way.
That's incredible. He's flying around this
A quarter of
circuit.
the way. This is actually an eighth of the way.
Yes.
Oh, wow. He's aerodynamic.
I think.
Dude, he's gonna finish this in like under 30 seconds. Dude, Henry looks like he's having fun.
I would be too if I was
So close to Albert. Watch out, guys.
so very close to Albert.
Easy money. Very well done, Albert.
30.5. All right. Double or nothing, David.
No, you're paying.
If David can beat 30 seconds, I will change my bet again to David.
All right, ready? 3, 2, 1.
All right. I love his effort. I am a fan of this. Oh no, he's still.
He's gone.
He is still.
He's going the wrong way.
Terrible at steering. Oh no. What a tragedy.
All right, may as well pay up now. $2.
Unfortunately, I changed my vote to Albert.
Nope. You changed your vote to Albert.
I changed my bet.
Sports betting, I don't think is legal.
Do you want to give Kostov another chance?
No.
No, he was terrible.
No.
Why would we give
I
Kostov
picked him
another
for a
chance?
reason.
You bet on Costa. You should want him to have it. Cross the line.
Henry sounds distressed. He's got 2 feet on the ground.
He can't even finish.
Wow, that's embarrassing. I can't believe you bet double or nothing on David.
You know, he was almost faster than Costa.
Actually, he got infinite time, so he wasn't fast.
No, we all know he was faster.
He could have been had he not crashed into the grass, both here and there.
I'd like to thank everyone for coming out here for this fun
let's go
activity.
back inside.
Albert is the
This was
winner
not fun.
of this round. It was fun.
Well done.
How dare you say otherwise?
Well done, everyone.
We will now
Why are you wearing shorts
return
also?
for another game show and then. Not the weird kind.
Not the weird kind.
All right, Matt, get out of here.
Would you like a nature metaphor or a sexual metaphor?
Nature.
When two animals are having sex. You know what? This is never going to work. You need the sexual metaphor. Is that not the sexual metaphor?
How long is this podcast?
This one's like an hour.
Let's see. It's been an hour so far. 58 minutes.
I have to actually go when we get back, so it's coming to a close.
Okay, so
here.
we're gonna wrap this up by deciding that milk is not soup. Kostov is trash at these games.
Also, cereal is not soup.
Cereal is also not soup, unless it's in milk.
No. What?
I think we decided
No.
that cereal in milk was
Right, we
soup,
did
right?
originally decide that, but once you decide that milk itself is not soup, how can you say that putting cereal in it makes it soup? Because it's still not. You still need, like, if you put cereal in.
See, I think you drew some conclusions that I didn't agree with.
What? Like what? What conclusion?
All right,
What
he has to leave. That's the real.
What conclusion did you draw? What conclusion did we draw that you didn't agree
You
with?
assume that milk isn't a suitable soup base.
Right.
Just because milk itself isn't soup.
I don't understand how putting cereal in it makes it soup somehow.
Well, cream isn't soup, but putting tomatoes in cream makes tomato soup.
No, but it's not like tomatoes in cream. It's tomatoes and cream mixed together.
Yeah, but soup milk and cereal mixed together.
No, but you can still separate the milk, and it's like I feel like there's some chemical like thing here
I see.
Like
what
I could just
see the
pick
the
each
distinction
piece of,
you're making.
Right.
Now.
There's in my opinion, there's two distinct things. You're putting two liquids together to create a new liquid versus actual putting like pieces of food inside the liquid.
I understand.
And I don't think you can make something that's not a soup by itself a soup by putting pieces of food in the liquid. Yes. Would you agree with that?
I think I would agree because are you familiar with the Campbell's Chunky Soup?
Right, that just has like a lot of vegetables.
It just
and meats and stuff
has
in it.
like stuff in it.
Right.
But I think if you remove that, it would still be soup.
Right, exactly. But if you like put all that stuff in water, it wouldn't be a soup. It would just be that stuff in water.
Just let him die. Let him die. Natural selection.
Natural selection. Why would you stop it?
We were getting to the best part.
I wanted to see him crash.
That would have been an excellent end to the podcast.
No.
All right.
And thus was the day that half of SBS was crushed by it.
Yep. And it was podcasted.
So I think I was disappointed by our listener question. I think next week we have to come up with some real questions.
I think you mean receive some real questions.
Right, receive some real. That's what I mean. Yeah.
If you guys have questions,
advice questions,
you should email them to us at alexandalex@joelthepodcast.com@gmail.com.
What's the best way to kill a podcaster?
All right, so
that's a reasonable advice question.
We can talk about that next week.
Yes, exactly. All right, here we are back in the SBS lounge. So
we've come full circle. The Stockmaster games are not yet over, but as far as I'm concerned, they're done. That was a fitting conclusion.
Excellent. We'll see everyone next week.
We'll just wrap it up here
because you don't have eyes. But
we'll listen to each other's voices again next week on Thursday at 4 o'clock in the lounge.
In the lounge.
Once again.
All right.
That is the end of the podcast.
Bye.
It's still recording because I can't stop it.